Okay, good to have you online, Dorcas, who is a Quantum 100 honoree and a speaker at the IYQ closing event. And she's here to just amplify the signals that were started at the IYQ. We know that a lot of the stuff were not said, so here we are getting the signals for the community. It's strictly 10 minutes, so we want to keep to time. And yup. Dorcas, do you want to say anything before we get started?
All right, thank you so much for the invitation. It's a privilege and honor, and I look forward to a fruitful one. Thank you.
Awesome. So the first one, without wasting a lot of the time, is when we talk about preparing youth for quantum, what does serious infrastructure actually look like from your perspective?
All right, thank you. I mean, there's been a lot of talk on preparing youth for quantum science and technology. And we also acknowledge the fact that Africa has a lot of talent as well to build this talent to what we hope or to see in the field of QST. But then a lot has also been mentioned about infrastructure, and most times when we talk about infrastructure, we may be thinking about the edifice, the building, and all that. But then, to me, I'm looking at infrastructure, at building talents of the youth through other activities and all that. Serious youth infrastructure is not, I mean, from one workshop to the other workshop, from one conference to the other conference. I mean, there should be a structure, there should be a path. If I move from one conference, what is the next step? How do I build on what I already have so that I don't keep repeating the same thing or doing the same thing over and over? Continuity is very important to achieve what we want to. So it means building these connected stages so that they are not isolated on its own. Currently, we have a lot of associations, a lot of organizations running in Africa, even in countries as well. How do we connect all these groups together so that we could achieve that continuity, that kind of transition from one stage to the other? Thank you.
Right, and moving on to the next, um, what tells you that youth-led quantum work in Africa is moving from isolated efforts to coordinated platforms? What are the signals you would read to show this that there are no isolated efforts, but it's moving to coordinated platforms?
Yeah, so I get uh that's very difficult now in terms of isolation. I think currently for us in Africa, we are seeing that a lot because I mean we see emerging groups coming up every time. I mean, the aim and the vision and mission for all actually seem the same from country to countries and the Africa as a whole. So you may find two or three different quantum groups in a country, or I mean, representing Africa. So even for Africa, you may find different groups and all that. But then I guess it's time for us to look beyond these individual groups that we have. How do we bring those groups together? How do we coordinate all these groups so that it's not a standalone, it's not isolated as well. So there could be a shift. It's not a competition, like I always say. We don't need to compete with each other in terms of, I mean, who is the lead, who is reigning in Africa, who is winning in the area of quantum. We can all come together to work as one body, as one entity. I think should this happen, we'll be able to coordinate the system, we'll be able to share resources, we'll be able to share infrastructure as well, and the visible progression of people from learner to contributor, then to be to a leader will be a great deal.
Right, and to the last one, Dr. Dorcas, if global institutions want to support quantum education in Africa, where should they be careful not to duplicate what already exists?
I mean, that's very interesting in a way. For one to support, I guess it depends on the situation, the location, as well. So that when we talk about no repeating, I'm not sure I understand what no repeating is. Because if you're in Algeria and I mean quantum is starting, we may be doing education, we may be doing outreach activities and all that. Should I say if I don't want to repeat, when I come to Ghana, do I continue from where I started? No, I mean, Ghana will still need education, outreach, and other activities as well. So I think in terms of repetition, it's relative depending on the where you are starting from. But then if there has been an initiative starting already, and with these different isolated groups, if should we all come together, nation actually take, should we stop this event and start as then we'll actually know the impact we need to make so that we don't even talk about repetition or we don't talk about fragmentation and all that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dorcas, and we greatly appreciate your time and the effort.
All right, thank you so much for the opportunity.